We are live. What's going on, everybody? As always, just give me a little bit here. We just gotta, share this shit around, share it around. So, if you are under the sound of my voice, please, please, please share this out. This is going to be an interesting, I don't know, second experiment. We've kind of done this already a little bit before, but today's show, we are allowing women on first and foremost, but we're just allowing anybody in the audience to just show the fuck up. So it is definitely going to be this is a first, no, a second, because we tried this before. We only had like two people that showed up. It's a lot of people that like commenting, but then when it's time to show up on camera, usually not anywhere to be seen. So if you are watching this, the link to join the stream will be in the comment section of the Facebook page and in the Facebook group that I'm also streaming in right now. And then we are also going to, I think the link is in the comments for the YouTubers. So, yeah, all of that shit, y'all. So just give me a second here. Let me share this. And then I just got to explain some things. And then, we will be good to go. So, good. Thanks, Mike, for sharing that in the men's group. I'm just sharing this on some different spaces and places. We're gonna have like a little Bigo live, situation happening. So we just gonna be letting folks come in, come out. It's gonna be a little clubhouse style, or it's just you get in where you fit in. So all right, let me post the link so that people can. I don't even know. I guess what you would call it on Clubhouse, raising your hand to join. So just give me a second. I'm gonna get that link. I'm gonna drop it in the comments so that people can jump in if they feel like jumping in. So, all right, that's there. Just let me pin it. How do you pin the comment? I thought you could pin these things. Whatever. I'm sorry. A lot of this stuff has to be done in real time. I can't like pre-do this. So please excuse the wait on this. All right. All righty. I think it's everywhere that people need to be. And all right, cool. So we are back here again. So welcome to the Men Like Us podcast. I'm the host, Chris Patterson. The show is usually, well, not usually, it is aimed towards men. It's aimed towards a male demographic. It's made for men by men who are attracted to women in the trans community. The purpose of this show is really to help spur on conversation and, just get people talking and just to be an example in a way as well. I know I am not the perfect human being. I know everything I say, people don't agree with all the time, and that's okay. That is okay. But, I think, everyone listening to this has to understand that there are men out there who think that they're the only ones. They think they're the only ones like them, and they don't know anybody else like themselves. And, a lot of times it just takes seeing somebody else living a different kind of life to really spur you on and get you interested in living in a different way. So, before I met my friend Eric, relationships with trans women was not on the menu for me. Keeping a secret to my grave was on the menu. And a lot of men kind of feel that way, where it's just like, this is just what I do. And this is what I do in the darkness. And this will never be my life. But as soon as they see men just living in the sun, that counts for a lot. So that's kind of why we do this. And I'm hoping to reach as many men as possible. So ladies, I would absolutely love your assistance reaching more men who, could just use some conversation, use some examples, use people to, draw from. Today is not going to be one of those hyper educational shows. I had a guest that canceled today, so we are just going to mix it up and just kick it. This is going to be a straight up kickback session. For those of you that haven't joined us on Clubhouse before, we do a lot of these on Clubhouse. We just kick it, talk about whatever the fuck. So that's really what is happening tonight. So tonight, the viewers, the viewer, if you're watching this live, you can join the stream. We are going to be talking about whatever. And if you feel like adding in your 2 cents, hop on, click that link, get that webcam going, do it on your phone, hop online, and we will allow you space on this show, man or woman. We will allow you space on this show to share your ideas and engage in conversation with us. So I'm putting that challenge out there. If you want to hop on. This is a limited time offer. We don't do this that often. So I just want to make it very clear that, we're offering something unique tonight, y'all. So let me check these comments. What's going on, Maddie, Rick, Roy? What's going on, Elizabeth, Shantae? Shout out Texas. So before we get rolling on the popcorn discussion and all that kind of stuff, I want to bring on a young woman who is an entrepreneur, and I want to give her a little bit of shine on her, on her business, because it's important that we support people within the community and their businesses. So I'm gonna bring her up right now. Hey, Latreia.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Finally, glad to finally have you on the podcast.
Glad to finally be on. Thank you.
So, you run the. Oh wait, can't post comments on. Oh, I'm sorry. You run the. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the comment section. I was distracted. So you run is the Transinfinity brand.
It's
right?
Transinfinity is all one word.
My bad. Transinfinity brand. So yeah, just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's mostly like a hair growth oil, and what it does, it restores the hair growth. If you're dealing with any alopecia, male pattern baldness, receding hairline, things of that sort. It also helps with itchy scalp and regrows the hair, strengthens it, and things of that sort. And what started me to get my line going, I've been doing hair professionally off and on for 13 years. I kind of got done with that like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Working for a specific company.
Okay.
Shout out to them. I've always wanted to start my own hair care line while I was doing hair.
So what's the where I tell people where they can go buy your products?
Well, you can purchase my product at Transinfinity Official on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like for now, I don't necessarily have a website, but I do have photos, like before and after photos that you guys can see, so that you'll know the product really works. Truthfully, it does. Like the proof in the photos will literally show you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pull up some of your photos right now, because we want to, here we go. Want to just show people what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me close out these damn messages. It's people don't need to. I don't need to put my DMs out there on display for the whole internet.
I don't want to do that.
Because we're gonna be talking about the DMs later on after this.
Right.
It's gonna get a little. I don't know if it's gonna get heated. Yeah, we're gonna see what's up. So this is the page, y'all. Transinfinity Rapid Hair Growth. Find it on Facebook. So this is where people go if they want to buy some of your product.
Right.
All right, cool. Well, everybody, please, please, please support this young woman in her endeavors. I mean, I keep my hair pretty close to the. I'm overdue for
I
a.
see.
I'm overdue for a haircut, but you know, I guess what applications are there? Any applications for men with this?
Well, men can use it too. It's also good for beards and eyebrows and things of that sort. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
All right, fellas. So if you got this little thing like me, where it don't 100% connect, or it fade out a little bit, you might want to get that. Get this. I'll try it. Shit.
Your address, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. All right. We'll do. We'll do. Yeah, fellas. Use this shit to get your beard game up. Cause I'm trying to get my Rick Ross going. I can never do it. So if I could, I would.
As of right now, I'm kind of out of stock until Thursday, so you can pre-order now.
Okay.
I accept payment through PayPal, Cash App, and Facebook Pay.
Oh,
So I'll
cool.
pretty much the little stuff is either on the Transfinity official Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, or Twitter. You can find it there. You can find the links there.
Okay. Well, look, y'all got options on how to pay. You know, get this lady her coin already. Get these products rolling. Get some good results. My man Roy saying he's already seeing results.
Which is really good, I might add.
Yeah.
Because when I went to go see him in Philly, I mean, before I went to go see him, and I pretty much packed everything, I'm like, let me bring some stuff over to him.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Well, look. There's a question here from Diara. So, how long can people expect, before they start seeing results?
I would say a good 2 weeks to a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 weeks to a month. So y'all got it. Please get on
By
here,
the time the results
Transfinity.
come in, you probably won't even be finished with the bottle. I mean, it's like a 2 ounce. It's basically like a 2 ounce bottle, so you probably won't be able to get finished with it.
Okay.
You'll still have a little bit left.
Cool. Well, y'all, please get on this Transfinity Rapid Hair Growth. Find it. Oh, she said 2 ounce, Monica. 2 ounce. But yeah, get on here. Support trans business, Black trans business. Please, please, please support all day, every day. So, with that, we are going to head in, and Latrell, you can stay if you want to.
Okay,
because we're letting everybody kick it here. So I'm gonna bring in the other fellas now. Mm-hmm. Shit, what up, D? That's my sister right there. That is my sister right there. We talk almost every day. Whether it's arguing or whatever, we always in contact. So that's how family do.
Right.
All right, bringing on my main man, Mike. What's going on, bro?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
All right, I can't have y'all are just too much.
10-15.
Yes.
10-15. What's the 10-15 about?
My birthday.
Oh, all right. Well, dang, that's what's up. Wait, what sign is that?
Libra.
Okay. Well, look. Also, if y'all didn't know, let me put this up here. I got to share my screen again. How the fuck do I bring this thing back in? Oh, yeah. If y'all didn't know, Mike and Latreia is together. I shared the announcement on the page. I'm happy for y'all. So I love both of y'all. Y'all are dope people. So
thank you.
It's always great when dope people come together.
Facts.
Shit. And last but not least, the other man from New York, infamous.
Yo.
King Clee. Hey, bro. Hey, Tro.
Let's start doing that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Infamous Trell.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
A whole lot of
Oh,
work all day today, so I'm here, y'all.
Facts.
my main man Roy says, "Call me the matchmaker."
Nah. I got things on that. Nah, no, I do that. Nah, Roy.
Bringing people together.
Yo.
That's the best thing. That's one of the best things he's done. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if it wasn't for Roy, I wouldn't have met Mike in the first place. So
There you
You
go.
really giving Roy the credit? All right.
Trell,
As long as
What's
I'm gone,
up, Lynn? My main girl, Lynn Vance. Shout out the Bayou State. Love Lynn. See, y'all don't know Lynn. She's a part of the group on Clubhouse, so she be kicking it with us on the regular on there, man. So shout out Lynn. Thanks for joining us. So oh wait, hold on. One last comment from my main man Roy before we move on. If it was for me, they would have never met Trell. He's doubling down on taking credit for this union.
Yo, y'all gonna have to fight for that one.
Look, as long as we all invited to the bachelor party,
honestly,
I'm good.
I wouldn't have met
Bachelor
the
parties
both of
and
them
colors.
if it
We're going
wasn't
to
for
do.
Roy.
Yeah, we going to colors for the bachelor party.
Yes, we are.
Yo, Trell, I'm just saying, like, yo, we could all meet up by the pier again, and then you and Roy can handle it on the field right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Honestly, if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Roy, I wouldn't have met Trell or Mike. So
There you go.
yeah,
So,
Trell is like a
what
brother
was
to
he?
me anyway.
Oh, right. So I'm just dive right into this topic. So I don't have like this crazy planned out show tonight. This is a hangout session. We just be kicking it, talking, debating, and everybody listening, you have the opportunity to join us on the show. There is a link in the comments on Facebook and the Facebook group we're streaming to, and there's a link in the description of the YouTube video. So if you feel like joining us and chiming in, we will let you up. We'll let you in, talk, and then we can send you back out.
Yo, my dude, just to let you know, Roy just said he was like, get the gloves. So like, yo, when we go to the Ville, it's on, bro.
There you go. So
like Trey said, Roy can walk it down the aisle. I'll be the Godfather. I'm cool.
There you go. All right,
so the Godfather Bed-Stuy.
Social media passwords. It's a whole ass thing. I saw a post. Well, I say, should you give them to your partner if they ask? I saw a post from it was a Filipino trans woman in a group that some of us are in, and she was fucking mad. She was mad as hell. She was mad as hell asking, "Oh, okay, Jimmy Rizzo, is that your boy, Mike?" Nope, that's all right. Well, anyway, somebody else just joined us, but we're gonna once we start talking, I'll bring him in.
I know Frank Rizzo.
Okay. So anyways, this lady, she was just mad as hell. She was like, "Yo, my man, he's not giving me his social media passwords. I think he's hiding something because he doesn't want to share. And what does he got to hide? I think he's talking to other women, X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, is that something you should really be doing at the boyfriend girlfriend stage? Is this what it is? Like, is that something that you should have to give up? Is that is it fair to ask for that? Is it fair to say no? I don't know. I just want to hear what y'all got to say about it.
I'll be honest with you. Like, there's no need for me to pretty much ask for Mike's Facebook password because I trust him. If I was with any other man instead of him, yeah, I would have a reason to ask. You know what I'm saying? But since it's him and I trust him, like, why would I even do that?
You guys got a congratulations. Also, happy birthday, Sabrina. It's their birthday, so got to wish her happy birthday.
Birthday.
Thanks for watching on your special day. Jimmy Rizzo show saying hey. But yeah, Trell, Mike, what do y'all think? And I know, Mike, you kind of can't, you don't have the freedom you normally have right now.
No, but I'm in agreement with Latria. Like, if there's trust, you really
Mhm.
don't need to be worrying about what their social media doing. Like, I mean,
I agree.
True.
Because if you
I'm
gotta
gonna
be
be
worried about
honest. Social media is crazy. That's why I'm not even going to touch on that subject too tough because I already had a little fiasco on social media and it wasn't even that deep how it was, how
Uh-huh.
it came out to be, But I already know how people be on social media, like my past relationship. She's a public figure. She knows a lot of people. A lot of guys setting her up. So it's whatever. And the funny thing about it, it got to a point she started showing me the messages willingly. She started showing me like, yo, look. So what I mean. I never was on it like that though. Me personally, I never was on it like, yo, let me see this and let me see that. Nah, and she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like that with me either. If she wanted to see
Mm.
something, I'll give her my phone. I'm like, yo, here, look.
yo,
So
let's
yeah.
let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it all the way real. 9 out of 10 of us motherfuckers is on Facebook for the fucking memes.
Wow.
Basically,
Maybe. All
you
right.
on
Well,
there?
that's the 3 out of 4 right there. So y'all got it. I want to bring on Jimmy Rizzo because he's been waiting patiently from YouTube.
Waiting patiently for so long.
Yeah. Jimmy, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm just chilling, keeping it real. And the reason I like to keep it real for, should I put everything in a perspective? Well, you
Uh-huh.
may not like the truth, but the truth actually is the best. You know why? Because if you're real and talk the truth, people will always come back to watch you. Right, okay then. Now, for instance, when you go to Twitch, what do ladies do? And I'm asking that question to men. What do ladies do on Twitch to get views? I'm
No,
asking the
Nobody.
obvious question.
bro, they're on Twitch, bro. They're just cute girls, and dudes just watch them. They're just beautiful. That's what
Exactly.
gets all these
And
idiots to watch.
hang on a second. What do the men watch in particular on Twitch?
I don't even know, man. I mean, I'm
Okay,
not
then.
gonna say
Okay.
a specific body part, but
Right, okay then. I'm not trying to point the obvious out. Are you
yeah,
the host of the show?
yeah, I am.
Right. What are you doing?
Just chilling out, man. Just chilling out, keeping it real.
Okay then.
So,
Okay then. If you're chilling out, let's say things real. The lady who was sitting beside you, who's showing some cleavage, why would she be doing that? Would it be because maybe the host wants to attract gentlemen? Or maybe attract more views? Now, that is the truth. And
well,
you can deny it if you want.
I'm not. Look, what I would say is, if this were her show,
Yeah.
uh-oh,
By the
what's that?
way,
Oh,
when you stutter is a sign of lying. Don't stutter.
yeah,
Don't lie. Tell the truth.
yeah. Look, I was just saying like this, man. All right, hold on. Latreia got some noise back there. Look, I'm gonna just be real, y'all. If this was her show, and this is how she wanted to bring in views that way, then that's how she's doing it. But for this show,
It's your
it
show,
doesn't. Yeah, I said
and
for
you're
this
doing
show,
it that way.
it
You're doing
doesn't
it
win
all way.
anything. It doesn't win anything on this show because it's my show. But
Yeah.
if it was
That's
her show and she was streaming on Twitch, yeah, she would be using.
what you're trying to do the Twitch thing
Yeah.
over here by listen. When you show a woman, I've had many
Uh-huh.
women on my shows and shown
Yeah.
cleavage,
Uh-huh.
more views.
Well,
That's
why don't we let the woman,
yeah, that's her experience.
address this? Because I don't know why anybody does anything, and
I'm
Let the
still
woman
I
experience.
can't find anything to wear, so
there you go.
By the way, there, lady, I think you're a lovely lady, right? But I've noticed that on the internet, a woman likes to show her cleavage. Don't get us wrong, I think it's great. A woman may like to show her body off, But unfortunately, some of the ladies on Twitch spoil it for the likes of the genuine people who really do like to show their cleavage. You know why? Because they feel like a real woman. But on Twitch, they just do it to gain money from perverts and idiots who like to go watch them.
But
And that really sickens me.
Well, bro, that's not just Twitch. So this is a real topic, though. I'm gonna say it like this: this is broader than just Twitch, though. And here's why: thirst trapping is real. People thirst trap on Facebook. They thirst trap on Instagram. They thirst trap wherever. And there are lines and lines of thirsty, hungry men who lust after certain women, and they will just show the fuck up. They will comment. They will like, and that's just the way things work on social media. YouTube, television. I mean, I'm a '90s kid, so I was watching Baywatch as a young, horny preteen for a reason. Like Pamela Anderson. Come on. So
Carmen Electra.
It all boils down to that same saying: sex sells, right? In this case, we're not selling anything in there, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's a broader thing across the internet in general.
Really, you got to do it with a little bit panache. You don't want to do it, whereas it's right in front of you. Unfortunately, there, Mr. Hurst, I think you've done it in not a panache fashion. I think you did that to get views, have a lady on, and show a bit cleavage. Right. I have to go now, and I'm unfortunately sorry for telling the truth. But lady, please, maybe next time, cover yourself. Come on.
Oh, come on. Oh, we ain't gonna go with that, man. Come on now.
Right.
Jimmy, we're not gonna go with cover up the cleavage. I like cleavage.
I think she's a nice lady.
My man sure as hell loves mine.
Please, when this Hurst DMs you, maybe on Discord or DMs you in Messenger, to come on, show a little bit cleavage to get some views. Realize what you are doing. Bye-bye.
On himself.
Have a lovely day.
All right, he's gone.
Wow.
Okay, well, so this is what happens when we just let the internet show the fuck up.
Wow.
So, internet. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about something and then you kind of just really sidetracked it a whole lot and just took us in a new direction. But I mean, it's just the reality of the world. Sex sells. I don't give a fuck. Like, it happens. That's not why Latreia is having cleavage out, because ain't nothing to sell. Like, this is, what are we getting from this? We're not, I'm not making.
I'm selling.
I mean, yeah, she's selling products. I mean, fine, I guess, but that ain't going to get it.
Right.
And she's taken by the gentleman below.
Right.
So there is that.
Below.
So, I mean, it's, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all, I judged poorly because I was just like, well, he's got a professional setup, so maybe he's not that nuts. Because somebody else came on and he looked like a wild man, like he was somebody that was abandoned. He looked like what was his name? Tom Hanks from Castaway. It was some guy with like this wild beard named Samir to try to jump on. But anywho, yeah, I really wish I knew what country that guy was from, because all of that respectability politics shit is not what I play at all. Like
he sounded like he was from the UK.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. I was about to assume the UK.
Yeah, either Scotland or Ireland. Either one.
Yeah. Michaela, we're talking about. It was, I don't know. He's old, but I mean, it's cool. People, and not to down old people or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, people have different perspectives. So, it's from Scotland. There you go.
Kept bringing up Twitch. I'm like, dude, we're not on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm like, well, not tonight, but we do stream the show on Twitch every Friday. So. We are on Twitch, just not tonight. But so y'all, we're just gonna get back to the shit real quick in the comment, and not the comment, the main topic that we're really just kind of noodling around right now is about social media passwords. Should you allow your partner to see your social media DMs if they, demand it, ask for it, whatever? Do you demand or ask, for social media passwords? I was in a relationship where that was where she wanted to see because she really thought like I was messing around in the DM. She was like, "Well, you got." I'm on my second podcast. I've been podcasting for about 3 to 4 years now, and you know, it's just like when you are podcasting, people just think, "Well, okay, you're a man, you're out there." You got all the girls in the world in your DMs, and it's just like, yeah, it ain't really cracking like that. Like, I mean, our DMs crack, but it ain't like when I say it like this. I'm sorry. I know how to manage my relationships, and you know, especially for a guy who puts himself out there like us, men who put themselves out there like us, who might get some extra attention, whatever else. If we make a decision on a woman, we have really made a fucking decision. And like for me, I am dedicated to locking everybody else out. But like, I gave her my social media, like I gave her my passwords, I gave her the passcode to my phone. She had everything, and she still couldn't trust me. And I was just like, yo, I'm giving you all the access in the world. I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm telling you, I'm just with you and nobody else, and I'm not cheating. I'm not talking to nobody else. I ain't doing this. She just couldn't accept it. But sorry, when it came up, when the time came, I did give it all up. I didn't say no. I didn't whine and cry and bitch about my fucking privacy and all that shit. Some people are like, yo, I am never giving anybody that level of access. But, you know, at the time it was somebody I cared about, and I was trying to assuage at the time I thought you could assuage somebody's insecurities by giving them access, when in actuality, you can't do shit to help their insecurities. I had to learn that the hard way. So Michaela, that's what we're talking about, just social media, passwords, should you ask for it? I remember there was a relationship therapist I did another show with, and she was like, yeah, my husband has my email passwords. And he's got all my logins for everything. He can see all the shit. And I'm like, as a single person, I was like, what the hell? Passwords? Like, But, you know, I think I'm in a mindset now where Michaela, the link to join is in. Everybody, if you want to come on, the link to join is in the comments. It is in the description of the YouTube video. It's the same link. Anybody can hop on. But to that Filipino woman this morning, I answered. I was just like, look, lady, you are the girlfriend. You're asking for wife privileges at this point.
Right.
So you need to earn your way to demanding or to having access, that level of access, because you're just a girlfriend.
Right.
Sorry, you're not the wife.
Girlfriend demanding husband privileges.
I mean, really. I'm not gonna look at you crazy. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that, because there's a whole bunch of other shit. But I was in another discussion today about making a man's plate, because apparently that's a thing that women don't want to do anymore. And I'm like,
make a man's plate.
Yeah, I was just like, what the?
I feel like this. We got kids. Let my kids eat first. We got kids. Let my kids eat first.
I mean, that discussion was had too, but what it really is, what I'm starting to see is like people who ain't been in a relationship, you know, in years, ain't got nobody checking for them like that. I don't know. It's just a certain class of folks that's just like anti doing anything nice for your partner, and it's like, damn, you can't just do something nice for your partner and make them a plate. Like, it ain't like you his servant. You're doing something nice for somebody that you're with,
right,
and you allegedly love. Like, the fuck? Okay, if the man want to eat, if I'm out there busting my ass and fighting this whole ass world, and I want the big piece of chicken, I should get the big piece of chicken. I paid all the fucking bills in this house. Like, can I get something? Some consideration? Like, oh, fuck him. Why he come first? Why I got to do this for him?
Man, listen. Well,
what the hell?
Provided, especially if you're really provided. Man, listen. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get people.
I mean, all I heard was chicken.
The matchmaker himself has joined us. What's up, Brother Roy?
Hey. Brody, what's good?
I'm good. Had to make sure I get on this live.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, man. We just talking about doing nice shit for your partner, man. I was talking about women who just got a problem with like making a man a plate. And I'm just like, I don't get what's wrong with that.
Actually, yo, can I point something out real quick?
Yeah.
Out of all this crew right here, the only person that was not there the day that we was all chilling is Chris. He was the only missing link. The only missing link that day.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Yo, we up this weekend?
Yes, sir. Friday. I'm out there.
I thought you said Saturday.
Okay.
I think
You
that
said
was
Nah, Friday. It's gonna be Friday.
Corey was talking about Saturday.
Damn.
But anywho,
Yo,
man.
yo, Friday.
So Roy, we asking about social media, man. Would you give your partner access to your social media accounts?
No. No.
I gotta agree with Roy on this one.
Can I have some type of privacy?
Oh shit, yo.
Now, if she's feeling like she's suspecting of something and she wants to, be nosy and dig, yeah, I'll give her access. But I'm not just gonna outright just give her access to my phone just because she feel like she needs it. No.
Mm.
If that's the case, then that means she don't trust me. Why deal with me?
Right.
I'm not asking for hers.
Right.
I'm trusting her. I'm giving her that same courtesy, that same respect, that same trust. So I expect the same.
Right. I agree.
Fair enough. Ladies, y'all can definitely hop on here and add your 2 cents to the conversation if you want.
Well, I'll say this. Like, if there's no trust in a relationship, there's literally nothing. Honestly.
You build that trust during the dating stage. Let me say this. You build that trust during the dating stage. So you should not get into a relationship talking about you don't trust this person by asking for their passwords. You build that trust during the dating stage. That's give you the determination of if that person is a cheater or not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't get to that. We shouldn't get to that stage that fast.
Yo, also, just to point out, like, if you a dude and you asking for your girl's social media account, passwords, and everything like that, you really doing the most looking for something to be there, and you will fucking find it, because I don't care who the girl is. They get dick pics on the regular. Not wanted, not solicited, but you got dudes out there that just say, oh, she looks good, let me send her my dick pic.
Right.
So you're going to open up her social media account, you want to see something that you don't want to see.
Right.
But that's against me, though.
Oh, we can barely hear you, bro. Your mic is like smothered or something. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you better.
The same can be said about men. Some men slide into women's inboxes while they're in a relationship.
They don't care.
So it all boiled down to that stage of dating, building that trust during that stage.
Okay.
And once you start feeling like you can't trust this person, why try to get into a relationship with that person when you know all that you're not going to trust this person?
Facts.
Well,
We gotta stop making things complicated first. We gotta stop making things complicated. Let's take care of simple things at first. We all know what dating is and relationships are. So let's stay on that dating stage before we get into the relationship stage, so we can learn these people.
Mm-hmm. Fair
I
enough.
agree.
All right. Hey, Roy, we got to mute you a little bit, man, because the wind is blowing. It's covering up everybody else's audio.
Nope.
Yeah.
Michaela, thanks for joining us tonight. Hello?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. Congratulations,
no
new couple.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Yeah, so we just kicking it, man. We just kicking it, y'all. Just talking shit. So we really
Okay.
right now we just talking about social media access trust.
I got several things to say on this.
Okay, go ahead.
And I've been on my social media hiatus, so I got a lot of shit, especially in this damn community I want to talk about. So I hope, and I'm high, so it's on and popping. First of all, you have to be a really insecure ass motherfucker to require your partner to give you the password to their social media accounts. Like, that's on you. Like, that ain't got, and part two to that is, if you're in a relationship and you're allowing social media to affect your relationship, you have bigger issues than social media. Like, you allowing people that you do not even know to have effects on a relationship that you have in real life. Like, that's weird, immature ass shit. Yeah, people are going to be in each other's DM. That's how people have conversations. That's like the same as text messaging somebody. Like, I don't understand. Like, the whole, that's how people have conversations with people. It's just really stupid to feel like. And then part 100 to this is, and this goes to the whole other conversation that I would like to have, is while we're talking about social media, I would like to know, why has the community spent the last 3 weeks wasting their time dealing with this whole the baby situation? We have so much more bigger, more pressing issues going on in our community. Part two to that question is, girls, why are we on the front lines of this issue? Like, to my knowledge, the baby ain't say nothing about no cross dressers, chicks with dicks, niggas with titties, people tricking people about their sexuality. He said something about some DM man sucking dick in the parking lot. That sounds like some gay people shit. And we constantly as a community is like, well, we're not gay. We're not gay. We're different. Take the T out the LGB extra community. But yet we're always, when some gay shit happens, we're always on the front lines with the loudest voices, with the biggest platforms. And I am just to the point where I just don't get it anymore.
Michaela, the reason why a lot of the girls were getting fed up about what the baby said was not because so much of the sucking dick in the parking lot. It was the misinformation that he was spreading about AIDS and HIV, which is harmful to the people of the community that are suffering with that disease.
Exactly.
So therefore they wanted to basically cancel him because of the fact that he wasn't taking enough of that. All he was doing was like, oh, my gay fans, they ain't got a problem with anything I said because they ain't nasty like that, stuff like that. So that was where they were coming from, which is why you had people like Niambi that was going hard on that topic.
So here's the thing with all of this stuff.
Hold on, Chris. Can I got to respond to that.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about my sister Niambi, because we all know where Niambi is coming from. But other activists and other advocates sat up there for the last 3 weeks, cancel the baby, he's evil. And they sat up there and built their platform on this HIV/AIDS stuff, right? And I'm never going to take away from what he said. If that was the truth, if I believed that was their issue, I wouldn't be so angry. But to me, it sounds like a bunch of broken-hearted bitches who got their heart broken because their favorite rapper told them she ain't want shit to do with them. And part two to that is, if these same activists and advocates wasn't going around like 3 weeks later talking about some, well, I just think a man who dates trans women is nasty. And if a man has more than a couple of trans women on they, like, you can't have both things be the truth, right? You can't sit there and say, I don't like this man because he's sitting up there spreading misinformation about the community, this, that, and the third. But you sit right around and talking about something, but men who date trans women are nasty and you're a trans woman. So I'm at this point in this community where I'm like, to hell with y'all girls, because I can't. Because it's at this point, it's nonsensical. There's no point of having these conversations anymore, because y'all asses are always being hypocrites to your own point.
Facts.
I don't believe anything that you're saying. You're not mad that the baby said what he said about the HIV/AIDS comments. You're mad that he said the thing about the sucking dick in the parking lot. And what you're mad at is you feel rejected, you feel hurt, you felt that the kind of man that's your type just told you no. So you're really mad because you feel like some straight man done told you no. You're not mad about his HIV. Because if you was mad about the HIV/AIDS thing, he still would be canceled. He still wouldn't be on new records. His song still wouldn't be on the radio. He wouldn't be getting booked again. It took 3 weeks and the community was over it.
I mean, he lost his bookings, so
He did.
I mean, he paid
For
his
3 weeks.
he paid his
He didn't lose
mainstream price.
He only lost from the festival. That's why he lost. Club bookings and all that. He still had them.
Period.
Mm.
He
hopefully
still has
not
his
much
record
longer.
deal.
Regardless of what
Hopefully not
happens
much
to the
longer.
baby, he's pretty much going to get his bag at the end of the day.
Hopefully not.
And if the community was truly mad, again, this is why I say I feel like the community is a bunch of hurt, angry bitches who's mad at their favorite rapper told them no. Is because if you was truly mad, you would be attacking the institution of hip hop, not just this one individual rapper.
Right.
And that's exactly what I was going to get to. I think members of the LGBT community in general have been as selective as Christians are with which sins they choose to persecute. Because hip hop culture in general is homophobic and transphobic as fuck. That's hip hop culture. It isn't hip hop culture without that shit. Without the hypermasculinity, without the homophobia, without all of that shit. That is what rap is, as we have come to know it for the past few decades. So, I mean, either reject rap in all of its forms and all of the bullshit that comes with it, or just be comfortable that not some of these people, you may hear some things you don't like. Like, that's like me being a black person. I feel like it's me, and I don't know if this is a complete comparison, but I feel like this is me being a black person who likes country and then gets mad at the one country artist that actually says something, but all the rest of them is racist as fuck anyways, and their country music as a whole, as a genre, is very hospitable to racism and the Confederate flag and all of that bullshit. Just like hip hop culture is very hospitable to hypermasculinity, homophobia, transphobia. So,
to put a button onto your point, Chris, and the thing that pisses me off about this community is, with all that being said, we the girls still fuck these niggas. We the girls still hold these niggas secrets. We the girls still sit up there and say, well, he gave me 5 bands, so I ain't gonna say nothing. We the ones who sit around here and let these niggas say this shit when we know the truth about these boys and these girls and all of these people, and we don't say anything. And that's what really pisses me off. Like, the reason why, hold on, Mike. The reason why this whole the baby shit even became a hot topic was because a very famous trans woman who I respect and love and really, really, really respect and idolize put this issue to the forefront. But I'm like, sister, if you just opened your mouth and told your truth, none of these rappers will ever say shit about us again.
That part.
So you're calling for like a mass outing? Is that what we're?
I'm not calling for a mass outing, but what I'm asking for the community is, we can't sit there and be mad when we facilitate the secret, when we facilitate the DL behavior, when we facilitate the trans attractive men phobia, as a term I'm trying to coin. When we facilitate the openly being transphobia, when we facilitate the not being ashamed of our body phobia, when we facilitate all of this shit in our community, we can't be mad at the reflection that we get back. Because this is the stuff that we put out, even though we say don't do it. We say don't do it.
but our actions are totally and contradictory to everything that we ask for.
Facts.
Well, I think I don't aim to be a contrarian, but from what I understand, there are some people that are in just situations where like this is just what they got to work with, and I'm of a mind where it's like, yo, you got to get whatever little slice of happiness you can get in this life. Like later, for all the fantasy bullshit, you need to make this shit work because we are here, and this is not fucking Disney. This ain't Tyler Perry movies. This ain't nothing. You better find somebody who's gonna make you feel good and make you feel valued and all that shit. And some of the time, some of these girls, they don't have any, like guys, men like us. We are not plentiful, but I will agree with you that I think positive reinforcement helps out a lot. I think positive reinforcement helps change a lot of behaviors. I think if. And it doesn't gotta be me. It could be Roy, Mike, Trell, anybody, any guy who's open. If women who other women listen to was like, hey, these are the kind of men that we need to be fucking with, and this is what it is, fellas. All you fellas who follow me, follow the rest of these girls, like this is what you should be aspiring to be. Like bet, because guys pay attention to that kind of shit. Like niggas will. I'm not saying every dude's gonna follow suit, but it's gonna change. It's gonna inspire somebody to do something different.
And for every girl like Latreia, like myself, or Miss K.R. Clark, for all the girls that I know that are in relationships, we have girls like Sydney Starr, who's on the Bad Girls Club, just acting an utter and complete ass right now. And the girls are idolizing and worshiping that shit. I keep seeing this is why I took a break from my main page on Facebook, because every day somebody is sending me videos of some damn young 19, 18, 20-year-old trans woman talking about this is my story of when I had sex with some guy and he didn't know I was trans, or this is my story of the time I tricked some guy. So now the new generation is going back on everything that my whole life I've been trying to tell people, that we don't have to trick people. Now the new generation is, we're gonna be like Sydney Starr and trick people and get likes and followers and this and that. And I just don't know what to do with the community anymore. That's the direction I'm out.
Well, Sydney Starr is her on-air persona is a character. And I promise you that whatever she's portraying on TV, that is not the person you will meet on the sidewalk. Because it's reality TV, it's entertainment TV. They have writers, it's scripted. They do 2-3 takes.
It's not real.
Yeah,
but
you didn't walk in the restaurant right. We got to walk back out and walk back in, and now do it like
Sydney
this.
Starr did not need this on her resume. And she still, with everything going on in our community, still chooses to do it.
She had worse on her resume.
She had claimed she had made a change for the better.
I understand where you're coming from, where maybe it's, okay, why are you allowing Hollywood to portray you and not just you, but the rest of the community in this way? Because Hollywood wants that sensationalism. Like, all they give a fuck about is ratings. Like, I work in TV. I know it's about ratings, and Desiree is correct. On one front, she is chasing a bag.
Chasing a bag.
Yeah, I mean, this is what she does.
And let me respond to that.
But
let me respond.
Just let me finish this up. She's a reality star. This is what she does. She works on reality TV shows. She is a reality celebrity of sorts. There are lots of people on this level. They hop from Amazing Race to Big Brother to this up to Dance with the Stars and all these other that's just what she's doing. But she's portraying a character who, is outlandish, whatever the fuck I haven't watched anything that she's done, but I know, because I've worked in this business, the shit is not real. This is not who she is at heart. Whether now to the other side of what Desiree was saying, whether she wants to be a role model or not is irrelevant, because you don't have a choice in whether you're being made to be a role model. That's just how people see you. So, wait, hold on. Let's see. Wait, just 1 second. Desiree just had a follow. She said she has a responsibility to a platform she holds, but she is selfish. I mean, that's. But I would advocate for
Bam,
her right to
Desiree.
be.
Bam, Desiree.
I would advocate for
Bam.
her right to be selfish. Like black cis women get to be selfish and make that money however the fuck they want to, misrepresenting black women across television.
And I would say the same thing to black cisgender women as I'm going to say to my black trans sisters.
You have the floor.
Chase that bag all you want to, sisters. As long as we as black people will sell our soul for money, we're going to continue to be in the situation that we are in. We are no longer in the situation that we can just keep sitting up there and saying, well, I got to look out for my best interest. I got to do what's best for me. Because as long as we're doing what's best for me, is it working out for us? Is it stopping these girls from... These straight people are making movies about us because of girls like you, Sydney Star. And you may not be who you are in real life, but that's the character that we all know and we all either love or hate. Is the character that we see on TV. And that character that we see on TV are sisters, straight women are building movie roles based on that character that they see of you on TV, girl. And that character that they see on you is of tricking men, lying to men, doing anything for money. And that is the stereotype of black trans women. And you are doing nothing but furthering that stereotype, which is continuously getting us killed. It's no reason for us as older trans women to keep saying there's no reason for us to, if y'all young trans women are going to be like, yeah, that's right, that's what we do. We trick niggas, we get this money any way we can. It's all about the bad. Well, as long as it's all going to be all about the bad, girls, you live by the sword and you die by the sword. And that's all I'm going to say. As long as that's going to be our mentality, it's all about the bad. You live by this. If you want to live like a prostitute, die like a prostitute. I'm not going to live like that. My life is not going to be about chasing money.
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, look, that's your stance on it, and obviously you're not the only one that there are other people on this panel that agree with you on that. I just really I don't want to. I just can't sit in judgment of Sydney Star only because I know how fake this business is, and it's just like another part of it is you got to get it while you can. Sydney Star may not be able to even get a role on a show like this in 10 years.
How would you feel, Chris, Mike, and Trell? There's no representation of trans attractive men. So what if Sydney Star had a boyfriend that was brought a boyfriend to her reality TV world that was this typical stereotype of what a trans attractive man is? Round here with 6 or 7 baby mamas, whipping her ass, being a drug dealer. And that's the representation that was on national TV of y'all.
That's
which y'all feel like, oh, and then y'all know that's not who he really is in real life. Y'all know that's not who he really is in real life. But would y'all feel like, well, get that bad, brother. Get that bad. Make us look bad. Make us look like we DL chasers, but get that bad.
No, we actually had a conversation about that. Like, they don't like those type of dudes don't represent us at all. Like the only best representation was what's his name, Poppy from Pose. That was like
that's what I was gonna say. Right, that was the closest we got.
That's
right,
closest we got.
You know what I mean? So it's like we would never have that. We would never have that representation on TV. I already know that because everybody that had these type of characters on a television show, from Empire, from Star, from with that bogus ass movie, what's that shit called? The Secret Society, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit movie. That movie was bullshit.
The best men on it was white men. No offense, Mike, but the best men on it was white.
Hey, I'm part Latino.
But why is that? Why is that? That's what I'm saying. Because that's the representation that the Sydney Stars and them tell those producers that black men ain't shit. So that lead character need to be with a white man because the white man is gonna save her. That's what them girls tell. And that's the point with the Sydney Stars and stuff. That is what is being not real life. None of these girls I know live life like even the most pretty passable girls aren't living a life like Sydney Stars, doing anything they can for clout, doing anything they can for a fucking dime. I don't know girls like that, or if I do, I don't associate myself with them not anymore. Because if you would do anything for money, you would sell me up the river for a fucking dime.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Real shit.
Well, you ain't gonna like me. I'm a fucking whore for money. I'm a whore for money. Whenever they ask those questions, like, well, would you for $10,000? Would you do this? Yep.
Chris, for $10,000 a season, would you go on Love and Hip Hop and play Sydney Star boyfriend that was whooping her ass?
No.
Well, and you see how you said that.
Play an abusive man on television, and because this is not only a character, but this is a character that people believe is real. Even fake characters, people treat as real. Like, really think about this. Because I saw a special about this. Like Wayne from Wonder Years, people fucking like spat on that dude in public because he was an asshole on that TV show. What's his name? From Power. The boy from Power. Tariq from Power. Yo, motherfuckers wanted to slap that nigga in the street.
Ooh. Them soap opera people.
It is a fake
them soap opera people have real hard times when they're to eat villains on the soap operas. Like every woman who ever fucked Victor Newman behind Nikki Newman back, man, them all women be ready to fight them girls.
Yo, here's the thing. Here's the thing. People.
You see how y'all feel that way about the trans attractive man? Imagine how me and Latrell feel about Sydney Star.
Yeah, but hold up. Here's the thing.
It's the same thing.
Everybody knows that pro wrestling is a scripted show, and the outcomes are already fictional and everything like that. But the Dudley Boys were so fucking hated that they literally had to have cop cars waiting out of certain arenas to take them to their hotel in another town because you had fans that wanted to fuck them up outside the arena.
Who are the Dudley Boys?
Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley.
Oh, you're talking about like the pro wrestler guys?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Wrestling is known as being fictional.
No, I love those guys. I don't know anybody would hate them. They were great.
Because in ECW, they were not good guys.
Oh, in ECW.
Like they would get in fans' faces and throw sodas back in fans' faces after they bought them. So you had fans that will wait for them outside the fucking arena to try to fuck them up outside. So I'm saying when you have a show that's fake, you still got people that are going to believe it so hard that they're going to want to meet up with that person outside.
I mean, so that's where we're at with this whole Sydney Star thing because, again, it's fake. Yeah. But before we continue on that train, I wanted to address some of the comments because we're back to that conversation that we were having about trans attractive men in media. And Desiree has said, but the Poppy character is so fantasy-like because not every man is 100% like that. I mean, I would just say we in our previous conversations, we were saying Poppy was more fantasy because a lot of the dudes don't come. Like a lot of these guys that are marrying trans women ain't a part of no house. They're not in ballroom. Right. They're not coming from inside the community. Poppy was already there he was already inside community. I think I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong if y'all know Pose better than I do, but I thought at some point he identified as bisexual. And
he never did that.
He basically
he did it, yeah. Explain
he did like basically when he was homeless, he would actually allow some dudes that wanted to pay him to suck his dick. He would allow them to do that, but he wasn't like actively having sex with other men.
Gotcha. So engaged in acts for
survival.
Gay for pay. Gotcha. Yeah. So anywho, inside the community already, like that's where I was coming from with like why he was fictional, because it's like the guys that's actually getting married to women and partnering with women, it's just like, yeah, Desiree, you got it. Gay for pay. A lot of these guys are not. It's just not they're not coming from inside the community. Is there a lot of guys that are coming from outside the community? They don't know shit about community. In fact, I didn't even know. I never even heard of ballroom until I saw the first episode of Pose.
I taught you about ballroom.
Well, but before I met you, I saw Pose, and I didn't know shit. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, there's so many guys that they don't know shit about the community itself. So I'm just saying it's fictitious because this is a member of her house, and now he understands all these things, and he's a part of ballroom, and he's this. That's not real. And same with G Mike. Blanca's season 3 boyfriend wasn't too bad. Just way too much of a fantasy, like in the Tyler Perry way. We talked about that as well.
Yeah,
I completely agree. For me, it was the profession. It was great that he had fought for her and stood up for her, but it's just like a doctor, the upper echelon of society. Like, how rare black doctors are, period. And now you got a black doctor who's transamorous, and he's finding you, and it's just like,
props to him for going to school, though.
I mean, yeah, props to the fictional character for getting that fictional education, but it's just like, if I'm just saying, if the guy worked at CVS, it would be way more believable to me, and I think it would be way more valuable depiction of how a lot of these relationships go, because it's just regular man meets regular woman, and they just trying to figure out life. Ain't no fucking ultra rich. I mean, I'm sure it's out there, but the lottery, you can win the lottery too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's possible. It's just not probable.
Actually, I gotta check my lottery tickets.
Yeah, you have a better chance of being struck by lightning.
But, have y'all ever did this?
Oh, wait. Trail, go ahead, bro. I want you to get your thought out, and then we're gonna jump to Michaela.
I never heard a conversation like that. I mean, before NYC Pride, that she was like, "Oh, this one girl was like, oh, I'm deciding, I'm a black man. They need to like stop playing. If they want to be in a relationship, they can be in a relationship." I'm like, yo, you got plenty of black men out here that want to be in a relationship, that want to be in a relationship with y'all. But is it therefore that you're not accepting them? You don't want to be with them because they're not quote your type? Hey, you can't. There's plenty of men out here. Don't say there's no men out there. And it's so crazy. The only way a girl's really checking for you, if you got some type of career, or you're rich, or you got some type of career or profession, which is so bugged out. It's really so bugged out. That's why I said don't sit there and say there's not enough black men out here. They are. There's plenty of us out here. Stop saying that. I hate when not y'all, but I'm just saying, I just hate when they put that out there saying, oh, they not willing to do this, they not willing to do that. Yes, the fuck we are. Knock it off. Please, knock it off.
I'm sorry, Michaela, I'm gonna let you go ahead, and I want to address that.
No, I'm gonna address that first.
Okay.
What I would like to say about that, Brother Trell, is that comes with I'm gonna have to bash my sisters again. I'm sorry, this is what I'm on today. Girls, it comes from this damn unrealistic fantasy of what masculinity is supposed to look like, right? It comes from us believing that we've been picked on, especially a lot of us, especially now y'all young girls who's transitioning through high school. I couldn't even imagine what the hell that must be like, being picked on, having to try to fight every day, especially if you're transitioning through high school in the hood. Girl, bless your soul, you really wanted this transition, because that shit must be hard as hell, like having to fight every day. So then you think that now that you look a certain way, you need somebody that's going to protect you. So your ideal of masculinity is the thug nigga. That's what you see the hood girls around you fuck with. That's what you see all the bad bitches. They go for niggas like Future and Moneybag Yo and all them types, right? So you, in your warped sis of trying to be a woman, see like, okay, well that's what Fish. Sorry, females. I'm sorry. I just have to talk what the girls talk. You see Fish, and Fish is dating the dope boy with the goals and the dreads, or the athlete and shit. So you want to be like that. So that fucking stupid in the black community ideal of what masculinity is. And we should stop saying hyper masculinity, because hyper masculinity make it sound like it's something that's out of the ordinary, when it's something very ordinary in the black community. It's what we raise black men to be. It's the expectation of And then we girls, we built upon that stupid shit. Well, okay, well, I don't want him to be back and forth in jail, so he may sell a little drugs on the side, but he really like architect or somebody who flips houses, which is just even bigger fantasy. So when every time you meet some man who don't, we create these stupid standards, which aren't standards because you will fuck with somebody who ain't got no money all day, every day. You will fuck with some man who got a wife and kids. So you will fuck with some nigga who live with. I love this meme when somebody said you will fuck with some nigga who live with his wife. So why wouldn't you fuck with some nigga who live with his mama? So
Right.
when we break it down to reality, reality isn't so glamorous. Reality isn't I'm buying Birkin bags and I'm up here with $1,000 shoes when you got rent to pay and your rent is $950 for that one bedroom, one bathroom apartment. So you can't afford them $900 shoes and shit like that. So reality isn't so glamorous. So now that reality isn't glamorous, it's you say it's not what you want. You can't meet my standards, but it's not that. It's of that stupid fairy tale that we build up in our mind of what being a real bad bitch is supposed to be.
Well, that's definitely one side of it. The direction I was going to go with it was, and I've just started to realize this a little bit lately when the kinds of things that you were hearing, Trail, when I'm sorry. I think that there is some way, somehow, it's starting to become acceptable to be anti-black when it comes to talking about men. And for me, once you get on this train of, well, black men this, black men that, they don't do this, but the white men do that, and that's why we need to go after white men and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like that's coming off as very anti-black to me because, look, I am all here for interracial relationships. I am all here for people having the freedom to choose to be with whoever the fuck they want to be with. But your reason for that
Example
shit,
up top.
yeah, absolutely. But your reason for stepping outside your race shouldn't have anything to do with the opposite gender of your own race.
Correct.
Like you fucking with the white guy shouldn't have anything to do with black men. And if it does have something to do with that, you got an issue. You got something going on here. For whatever you got there's something there, and I do find it fascinating how there are multiple instances where sometimes individuals in the trans community, they have a level of understanding. Desiree, don't be playing on my stream. Sorry, it's me and Trail. No, it's funny. Anyway, so. But it's just funny because we're a lot of times, and I do understand this. This totally makes sense to me. I hear like black trans women, they go through more. They have this struggle. They have this struggle. They have this experience that is way more harsh than their white counterparts, and it just leaves a lot more scars on them. And I understand that the experience is a lot tougher, and a lot of times that makes it so that if you're dealing with a black trans woman in some instances, you just have to have a lot more grace and consideration for their environment, for what they've gone through, and all of that stuff. Totally makes sense to me. But the people who will say that, bro, let me finish this. Because I'm coming full circle. I'm gonna land my plane here. So I'm going through all of that to say, like, a lot of the same individuals that explain that to men are the same individuals that don't give any extra grace to black men, but talk up white men all day, talk up men of other races all day, and it's like, yo, black men have a different experience. We have a lot more pressure on us to be this certain kind of man. Our community puts a lot of pressure on us to be these certain kinds of individuals. So, I mean, it's great. Like, look, let's all have understanding that each other's situations is different than our white counterparts, and let's give a little bit of extra grace. And I'm cool with that. But it just seems like where one side is asking for grace, they're not willing to give it to another side. So that's my plane is landing now, Trail. And sorry I had to cut you off before, bro.
No, I just wanted to say this right quick. A lot of the girls also, when they do pick these black men, Just like everybody said, the masculine black men. You know what I mean? The ones that do
I
sell
mean,
drugs, because
yeah.
I'm gonna keep
We're
it
not
real. Listen,
talking about you,
that,
Mike.
Well,
Huh?
I'm from that lifestyle also. You know, being out here selling
Yeah.
drugs and all that. I'm from that lifestyle also. But it's so crazy. They will pick these type of dudes that don't do that. That's not willing to do shit for them. That ain't trying to do shit for them. Beat on them, do all types of dumb shit to them because they the thug masculine type. And that's what they into. That's what they rather pick and fuck with. And then trying to generalize all black men in that, which is so fucking bugged out.
I agree.
That's not everybody.
Right.
I
No, I'm not
totally
saying
and
that's everybody.
completely
I just
agree,
said that.
Trail.
No, that's not
I
everybody.
do
I feel
too.
like a lot of girls.
Yeah, y'all talking over Trail. Y'all talking over
Oh,
Trail.
I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is they trying to generalize us. They trying to generalize us with all of that. When they talk about men ain't shit. No, the men you pick ain't shit. So look in the motherfucking mirror, sweetheart. You ain't shit. That's all. Let's keep it real. You ain't shit.
And
But
and
nobody,
also,
that's a conversation nobody ready to have.
no. Also, let's be real. Like you got people that try to generalize like all black men as being thugs and everything like that. But yo, growing up, I knew white people that were Crips. I knew Puerto Ricans that were Bloods. You know, I
Oh,
knew black people that literally had good fucking jobs. So it's like, don't try to generalize everybody as being one thing just because you watched a movie one time and it told you that's what they were.
the Tyler
Fair
Perry
enough.
movies.
Michaela or Latreia, one of y'all?
Well, I have to agree with Mike on this one. That's all I have to say to that.
Oh, all I was gonna say is that you're absolutely right, and I think that's part of the anti-blackness that what Chris was speaking on before is that it's not that the girls pick white men over black men per se. It's that they pick a certain type of black men over other black men, which cause their cycle of trauma, and they don't realize that they are the factor in their trauma by their choices of people they choose to date.
Mm.
You wouldn't feel that all black men wasn't shit if you would date a different type of black man, but because you have this delusion in your mind of that other type of black man isn't the type of black man that I'm supposed to be with, it's only this one type of real ass nigga. If I can't get a real ass nigga, then it's not black. So I might as well, that's the true anti-blackness of it all.
Well, I want to pull this out of this. I'm gonna pull it out the black space because I think there are themes that cross experiences. When a lot of times whenever, and I've heard this from Latin women, white women, men ain't shit, this, and this. All the guys in the dating pool suck, whatever else. And it's like, okay, so those are the men that you have experienced, ma'am, and that's that's just what it is. It's a fact of it. So a life coach, I'm sorry, a life coach that I know, he told me, sometimes we make our own misery, we create our own misery, and kind of staying in this cycle of dating the same kind of fucked up person over and over again. Oh, but that's my type. Okay, well, your type is ruining your life. White, black, whoever. If you find that your type is ruining your life, it's time to change. Whoever. So it's. I think it's just. But I also think I think it goes to maturity because somebody had commented on here earlier that people grow out of that shit. But I have to be honest, ladies, and now here's where Chris is gonna get canceled. Ladies, the clock's ticking. You don't really have all the time in the world to figure out that you need a good guy because sometimes you figure that shit out too late and you're not appealing to that good guy anymore. I'm
Damn.
sorry. I know that pisses people off, but
Also, can I just say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Torres Desiree, whatever her name is,
Oh, Desiree,
yeah, she said something about like only wanting to date Latino and stuff like that, and
she's got a black boyfriend.
Don't
pay any attention to that.
Yeah, but she needs to understand, like, because she's trying to say like they're all just brown, but it's like Latinos, we come in all shades. So we got black, white, brown, all of it.
Yeah. And I'm sure she understands that, but I'm sure she's really just talking about a certain kind of man person. And
I know
look,
she has a preference.
exactly. Everybody gets to have their preference. By all means, have your preference. Do you do what makes you happy? Do you? And you know, if I'm not in that preference zone, cool. I mean, plenty more fish in the sea. Got to keep it moving. You know, and I wish more people had that energy where it's like, yo, oh, you don't like dark skinned niggas, or you don't like chubby dudes? Okay, that's fine. I mean, there's somebody else out there that likes it. It's cool. Like, I'm not gonna be like, but why? You should love big men. Like, now you're body shaming me. Like, what the fuck? Just walk away.
Can I say something real quick, y'all?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say it like this. Heavy set chubby dudes, they need love too. You know, they need love too. I mean,
they need it, but they get it.
I get it.
I mean,
not
present company included.
I mean, I'm outside, baby. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, teddy bears are my weakness, so.
Oh, we
there you go. But you know, it's also this whole equation as well. The other side of the solution for what Michaela was talking about really is, you know, men, guys, we got to stop looking for love in all the wrong places. Men, we are a lot of trans attracted, trans amorous men are drawn to women that ain't no good for them. And that ain't even a trans, that's just men, period. There's a lot of men that go after the super Instagram hottie, OnlyFans type of chick. They want to go after that top chick. And, you know, they'll do that while stepping over a nice girl that is actually on their level.
Yeah.
And go after that one, whatever chick. Now, I'm not mad at them for that, but, you know, after you shoot your shot that you have like a 0.2% chance of actually hitting, go and, you know, meet somebody who's actually for you.
Right.
Like, yeah, anything's possible. It's not probable, but it's possible. So, you know, go for it. Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So have at it. That's what we do. Men, we holler at a lot of chicks. And we play the numbers game. We're not about this, Will. I got to worry about being called a chaser. No, I'm going to talk to this chick. I'm going to talk to that chick. I'm going to talk to that chick. I'm going to talk to that chick. Okay, looks like it's working with this one. Bye, ladies. This is what I'm going with. It's just the way it works. That's life.
Life.
And you don't get to control, ladies, you don't get to control how that shit works.
Oh, and can I speak on that, please?
Yeah, go for it.
And ladies, I spoke about this on my live earlier, and I'm going to say this on this bigger platform, and I'm going to get in trouble and get canceled. So I'm ready for it, ladies. Ladies, let's be honest with ourselves. When we're out here, let's be honest with ourselves, girls, because I see a very dangerous pattern, and unless we're able to speak on it, it's going to continue. Ladies, is kind of very predatorial, and as we keep seeing, that is kind of backfiring, that it seems like a lot of the girls are starting to groom these young, trans attractive men, like as soon as they meet them on these sites and stuff, when they're 17, 18, 19, they start grooming them and start being in these pseudo hookup, pseudo relationships, pseudo fuck buddy type things. And then they're dealing with these men and they're grooming them, and the men for a while is everything that the woman wants him to be until somehow, some way he snaps and ends up killing her. So ladies, I'm telling you, stop that shit. Meet some man that's equally yoked as yourself. Stop that predatory ass behavior of meeting these young boys who don't know shit about being trans other than watching the girls on the porn and watching the damn talk shows and shit, and thinking you gonna make that your husband when he don't know shit about this life. All he know is about the freaky shit he see in porn. And then y'all meet these boys and y'all prey on these boys because these men like Chris and like Mike and like Trell, they know you for your works. They already know what they walking into while they're meeting you. So you can't fool them. You can't tell them that you this bad bitch, and then you go to McDonald's every day with no wig on and stubble and shit. You can't do that shit with these type of men. That's why y'all like these little boys. And these little boys always turn around and snap on y'all asses. And I'm not saying they always end up in a murder, but it ends up in a getting beat up, getting put in jail, getting stabbed, getting cussed out, having somebody family come in to fight you. And I've
Or
seen this happen
being put
over
in danger.
losing a lot of money in your bank account because then he started getting hip and he started giving you the dick and started making you pay for the dick. So then you become his sugar mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stop this shit, girl. Equally yoked. Find some nigga who's equally yoked as you.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, stay away from normal people and don't fuck up their lives. Uh, I'm sorry. When I say normal people, like, let's be real. I'm sorry. There are some folks that just ain't. There's some women I've run into in this space that they just ain't ready. They ain't cut out for it. Like, you got a whole lot of shit going on, and you're just better off leaving this whole relationship game alone until you go fix your life and get yourself stable and have some stability to you. Because, you know, I know people got a lot of traumas from what's happening. There's a lot of situations society puts a lot of trans women in, but dude, you can't you can't pursue a relationship when you're broken. It ain't gonna work. And now, you're wasting somebody else's time in a space that's ready. And, now you don't wasted their time and it's just not a good thing. So I'm just saying, like, if you're not ready for it, be honest with yourself about that. And, be honest with yourself about needing some work done on yourself and healing some of the hurt and pain before you try to entangle your life with somebody else's.
I
So
completely agree.
that's what I mean by what I was saying. I want people to
Can I say
misconstrue
this?
my shit. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna speak from my own experience.
Speak, sister.
Ooh,
I've been
I
through
used to
some
see your
shit,
Facebook
okay?
page.
I've been through some shit, okay? And normally I'd go on about my day, my own goddamn business. It's like every time I turn around, there'd be narcissistic, toxic men coming my way, pretending to be this perfect being with this grandiose personality, and they will love bomb the hell out of you just for you to give them a chance. And then once they get their hooks in you, boom, they got you where they want you. Then they're gonna start treating you any kind of way. Like, I went through that shit over and over and over. And if they weren't like that, they were either a cheater or insecure. Like, I got tired of dealing with that shit. So
I
earlier
remember
this year,
when we had conversations about it.
yeah, the last guy, let's just say, mm-mm, nah. I don't give a damn if your mama died, your grandma died. Nope. If you're toxic, you can cut the fuck off. You're not my problem. That's how I feel. I don't give a fuck. So, earlier this year, I did some self-reflecting and self-healing or whatever the case may be. I'm like, I'm not trying to look for a relationship right now. I just want to focus on myself. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I maybe went out on a date or two, but I let it be known I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm just focused on myself. And other than focusing on myself, I've been focusing on my brand, which is kind of out of stock right now until next Thursday. But like I said, pre-order your transmitting hair oil today. So, but other than that, I didn't expect to find the love that I have now. I didn't expect that, but I'm truly grateful. I really am.
Meg funny. But yeah, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
Man,
And it just wait, hold on. Tracy, thanks for commenting. I love Tracy, she's regular. But Chris, we all have something. When you have genuine respect and adoration for someone, you work together, be each other's strength when the other is challenged. But the issue, and I know Angelo and some other guys, a lot of guys with experience. Like sometimes everybody comes with baggage, but sometimes that baggage is just too much to handle. A lot of times we just can't be your everything. Like sometimes you need professional help. I can't take everything on with some people. I can take some things on. I know I can handle some things and support my mate and help her out X, Y, and Z. But if she's got just so much stacked up and so much going on, like, dude, I can't help you. Like at that point, I just gotta, all right. And I have learned that I can't feel guilty about saying I can't handle this. You got too much baggage, and I can't take all this on. So, you know, because a lot of times you're not a good ally. You're not really for the girls if you don't take on all this extra shit. And I'm like, I'm not a trained therapist. I can't be your everything. There's a meme going around that says, I am a trans woman. I am all of these things. I am not this, and this. And one of the things that it says trans women are not is, I am not your therapist. And yes, you should not be your partner's therapist. You just shouldn't be.
Yeah, but Chris, Angelo said stop talking about his breakup.
Yeah, you're right. My bad, Angelo. My bad. Please include me in Grand Theft Auto still. Don't kick me out. I need money. I'm also a whore for fake money in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So anyway, I
would like to say that I feel like that people, when you have baggage, you're only going to attract baggage to your life, right? You can only attract. I'm a person who believes in energy and stuff, and you can only attract the positive stuff in your life when you're in a positive place in your life. So it would, behoove a lot of people to do some self-reflection and take themselves out of the dating pool for a while. As any friend I know who's married, as any friend I know who's been in a long-term relationship, it finally happened for them when they took themselves out of the dating pool, when they were no longer looking.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest that to everybody. Take yourself out of the dating pool. Stop looking.
And also, let's be real. And I know there are people that are listening that don't like Kevin Samuels. I do not sign up for completely canceling him. I fucks with him on just a little bit. But one of the things he says is, he says single women keep women single. And I'm going to tell you why that's relevant to this. My best relationships have always been off of recommendations from friends who was already in relationships. Like, oh, dang. Well, you know what? My girlfriend's got a friend and you guys should meet. And this, and this. And then it ended up working out spectacularly. And like that referral from a friend helps out sometimes. So I'm just saying, like, get you some friends in relationships, not just for that, but it also helps to, kind of see what's happening. Like a lot of times you get to learn from their relationship. Like it helps to have a relationship right next to you that you can model off of. Like one of the things that's great about this men's only group that we have, like we get to interact with married men all the time. Right, men who are married to trans women, men who have been with their women for almost 20 years. So like we know what's possible. We see what it's like, and because we know what's possible, we see it around us all the time. That's what we want. We're looking for that because they all got it. We can get it too. So, I just think that association with some of your friends who are in relationships also helps as well. But I'll fall back. I don't want everybody mad at me because I didn't say I hate Kevin Samuels completely.
Man, please.
He's not right on everything that he says. I do not co-sign with everything that he says.
But if you're not willing to cancel Cynthia G, don't say shit about Kevin Samuels.
Fuck Cynthia G.
That's my point.
I don't even know what that is. Okay.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Well, I know this with Kevin Samuels and
20-something minute long about Roy and Harmony relationship. Don't know Roy from a can of paint. You talk about
really?
About him.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She talks. Yo. She even talks about black men on a regular, but nobody says nothing about this woman at all.
Wait.
No.
What's the lady name?
Y'all got a problem with Kevin?
What's the lady name?
Cynthia G. Is she on Facebook?
Oh,
She's on YouTube. She's a YouTuber.
She's a YouTube blogger.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta check
She's on
this
YouTube
bitch
for
out.
What
years.
Okay.
the fuck?
Sorry
She's
to
on
cut you
YouTube
off.
since like
Sorry to cut
2012.
you off. But I've heard from a source
Yo.
that Cynthia G got pregnant by one of the YouTubers, and you basically dipped out on her.
Wait a minute.
I heard about that
Why?
too. Yeah, I heard about that.
Why is she a YouTube blogger talking about Harmony and Roy's relationship?
Yo, she
Because
got
of
like
the mother of the
74,000 subscribers though.
The post that Roy had made in this big
Oh crap! I gotta look on damn YouTube now. Hold on.
it went viral.
Yeah.
The post was viral.
Oh, his original post that I like Transmit don't matter and all that
Oh,
Right. It was even on the blog site. I forgot what the blog site name, but it was on
Yeah.
it was on Box. It was on his blog site called Boxer.com.
shit. And she was
It
shitting
went
on
viral.
him.
So she went and made a whole goddamn video about him and her. Like
Right.
20-something long video. And she
Wow.
talked about black men. She talked crazy about black men on the regular, but nobody says nothing about her. But
Yo,
you
she
got
got issues.
Y'all got a
That
whole
bitch
bunch
needs
of
help.
say about Kevin Samuels. Why? Because he's a man? Nah, I'm not going for it.
Yo, she need to have sit down with Kevin Samuels.
Speaking of Roy,
You need to fucking get it over with.
what's going on, Roy?
Hey, shit, made it home.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit happened with Cynthia G. I hadn't
I didn't
even
know it either.
wasn't aware.
Yeah, man, that was woo. That was very disrespectful, distasteful, all that shit, man. Unnecessary, man.
Yo, she need to have a sit down with Kevin Samuels.
For what?
But see, this is my issue.
So,
Well,
so,
what
so
I
he,
was about
so
to
he
say
could check
about
her. So he could check her bitch ass.
what I was gonna say about Kevin Samuels is I can never be mad at him when the girls still call his show. It's like going back to the issue with the baby. It's like, how can we counsel
the
somebody when y'all are the ones who support him? So it's
It's not the
just
baby.
not. It's just so nonsensical to me. It's just every time we bring him up, we make him more popular. We give him like it's.
I'm okay with
Team
that.
Cal. I am too.
Yeah, okay with that. But I will say a tactic that he does that is obvious is Kevin Samuels brings on women that are unequipped to do battle with him. He brings on young girls that don't know that much better, or he'll bring on, he doesn't ever bring women on that they got the facts with them. They're retorting and they are like his equal in this space. It's also like it's really, I don't know, it's really kind of trash that he does that because a lot of these young girls, they don't know shit. They be 20 or 25 and they just be going off. They be saying all this wild shit, but he just kills them. And it's like, dude, this girl ain't even equipped to handle you. So I know that, that's a tactic that I don't like. And actually saw women doing that on Clubhouse. I called them out for it, man. They kicked me out the room. Because they was going in on this dude, and this nigga could barely put words together. And I'm like, how do you expect him to answer for all black men? And y'all making him the scapegoat for all black men. And it's just like, he can't answer for all the shit. This dude doesn't have the skills to handle y'all in conversation in this way. And it's like you are literally beating up on somebody who's like you can't fight. It's like the big kid beating up on the little kid. Nobody cheers the big kid on for beating up the little kid. But yeah, oh wow. Elizabeth, there's a lot of dysfunction to black love and black dating being discussed by a lot of people, cis and trans, a lot of common themes in the black community overall. And I would say that's true. That's the cards are stacked against us as black people to find happiness and love with anybody in general, because like if the cis folks can't get it together, we're gonna have that much harder of a time with cis trans relationships. So, but sorry to take it to that space again, but I will say there is another podcast. If there's another podcast out there that's pretty dope. It's called the Fresh and Fit Podcast. Have any of you guys heard of it?
No.
No.
First time hearing about it.
They're like a dating podcast. They bring on a lot of like young ladies on the show, and they kind of just like they really deconstruct all their shit half the time. Some of the time they kick them off. It's like a Miami-based show, so yeah, check it out. Fresh and Fit podcast. It's pretty dope. But anywho, but yeah, yo, this was a pretty dope chill out kick it session, and I appreciate y'all, taking time out your night to just come on and chill with your boy. Shit.
Oh,
Thanks, Latreia, for finally coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah. We know why you came on.
Really? Really? Okay.
Woo! All right. I ain't even going there.
You're gonna make me slap this on your scalp.
Oh,
Don't play with me.
Why ain't that gonna grow? The boy. I love it like that. Save me a lot of money. I don't want to know yet.
Yo, I'm actually shocked Angelo didn't hop on though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get him on here eventually. You know what? I'm gonna do. So Angelo, I'm gonna get you on one of my gaming streams. I do video game streams on YouTube. So we're gonna have to get some party chat going on GTA. So I think that's where we're gonna get Angelo in at.
That's dope. I'm about to start doing that for Madden. Yeah.
There you go, bro. You could be playing Madden. You can still be in the conversation with us. You don't have to be playing the same game as us to be on the. Yeah.
Yo, actually, Angelo said he's down to hop on right now for a quick second if you want.
I mean, yeah, I'm with it. If he, the link to jump on is in the comments, bro. Rick, thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you, man. We got to get him on. That's the politician guy. We got to get him on here. I want to definitely learn more about this brother.
Word up.
Let me see, Angelo. I got you. Give me a second.
I'm trying
drop this link to your main.
That's what I was trying to do real quick.
This is just a kickback session, y'all. That's just what this is like. This kind of shit. This is what we do on Clubhouse on the regular. That's why I keep telling y'all to follow me on Clubhouse, because like we'll just sit around and do this shit on like a Saturday afternoon, and we'll just sit there and just talk about whatever. It ain't got to be trans issues. I think one day we were just talking about which sub place got the best subs. We're talking about Subway, Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's. I don't know what the other
all them are commercial as fuck.
I was mad.
Or Publix, yeah.
Yeah, all them are commercial as fuck. So it's all about the bodega. The bodega got the best chopped cheese.
Yes, sir.
Try that chopped cheese.
You already know. Don't get me started with them chopped cheeses, man.
I
don't know nothing about nothing y'all talk about.
Yo, you go in there. If it's the Puerto Rican spot, you like, yo, Papi, let me get a chopped cheese. Or if it's the Arab spot, you go like, yo, Habibi, chopped cheese.
Meg, yes, Firehouse subs. So good. Y'all not have Firehouse?
I have.
Yeah, I like the hot subs, man. Oh, it's so good.
Yo, the thing I like about Firehouse subs is that they legit give a portion of their proceeds to help fund like different firehouses around the country.
Yeah. Exactly. And I don't mind that. Wait, Arby's?
Yeah. They got an Arby's by 34th Street in New York. I said, wow, okay.
I had Arby's.
You have the meat.
Now, here's the thing. I had one of my former employees, he used to work at Arby's, and he was saying everything there is safe to eat except the roast beef.
Oh. I don't eat beef anyway, so.
Yeah, he was saying the roast beef at Arby's come like tiny like this, and then they put it in the oven or something, and then it grows. And then they slice it from that. But I don't think any meat that grows like that, like bread, is. I don't think that's great.
Right.
Meat that's bro.
So fries and meat, yo.
Oh, Lynn was at Firehouse Subs. Okay. So they taught her how to make a sandwich. If y'all don't know, check out the Lynn Vance show It's a little webisode series she got. She'll be kicking it with us in Clubhouse. But
ladies,
oh, yeah.
whoever this next celebrity that's about to come out as being trans amorous, please don't shame him into obliteration like y'all did with Malik Yoga.
What if it's Tiger?
Big facts. Big
I
facts.
think it might be Tiger.
Yeah, but Tiger's not news. Like we all knew that he
Nah,
was
it ain't gonna be
trans-attracted.
Tiger. It ain't gonna be Tiger.
They do that. Like,
What if it was
Tiger's
the
not gonna
baby?
If
I don't think
The
baby
trans
likes
community will
girls. I think
lose
he
they
likes
should.
them.
It's gonna be someone we don't expect, like a white man.
Yeah, that's already happening. Keanu Reeves had a trans date at Oscars or some shit like that.
He was in a
Like,
relationship with a trans woman for almost 3 years.
yeah, like it ain't even a scandal. It's only a scandal when it's us. Really, I'm gonna just say it like that. And you know what?
It
I'm
has
not
to
even
be
gonna say
somebody.
just black people. I'm gonna just say a member of a minority community that is famous, because a lot of times the hopes and dreams of that community is on that person. So
But
like that's
after what the brothers seen what happened to Malik Yoba, no athlete, no rapper, they ain't gonna do it. They too scared now.
what up,
They don't
Angelo?
want to deal with
Yeah,
that
what-
heat.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
you're right.
homie, Angelo.
You're right.
What up?
Good evening, everybody. Hey.
Hey man. Oh, my Nas X.
What if
Yeah.
it was Little Nas
I'm not
X?
such a gay.
Yeah, Lil
What
Nas
if
X
he
is
dated?
gay.
Because you know these new generation of kids, being gay means just being. It could be anything. Like he could be
Yeah.
in a relationship with a trans woman 1 week, and then with the man the next week, and with the dog, not with the dog, but with it just don't mean the same thing that it used to mean.
But we talked about this before. It's it's that trade thing that we was talking about. Like for it to really matter, it's got to be somebody like DaBaby or Future that like is that archetype. It's like finally, this is the one. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's like scraping the
That-
bottom of the barrel.
That kid.
It's like that's the really fucked up thing when it comes to
What's the
masculine.
kid name that made Duke wanna
Like,
be?
it's like literally
What's that
like
kid name?
it's the bottom of the barrel. Like you can't even like list like a good brother. Like it's like trash. It's like it gotta be trash that's into the trans girls in order for it to be valid.
Mm.
That's what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The former CEO of American Express, he's a fucking multimillionaire. That was a brother. Masculine, heterosexual man. Yep.
Mm.
But it would take the baby. Like that shit is just trash.
Yeah. But now, yeah, you're right. I think it would take an entertainer, because it isn't just about the girls, it's about the rest of the black community. Because that has to be somebody the rest of the black community respects as well. And people respected Malik Yoba, like, because everybody knew him. Everybody respected him. So, I hope there's somebody else that the dominant culture can really respect that will come through for the girls in that way.
It would have to be a washed up old 90s rapper like Redman or something.
Redman's still popping.
Yeah.
Somebody like Tretch.
Yeah.
Maybe
Drake is still
Ludacris.
popping. He's on a TV show.
I know Ludacris.
I mean,
wouldn't
Redman,
be-
Tretch.
If it was Ludacris, it would be the same Malik Yoga situation, because
it has to be
Ludacris.
somebody that across the country everybody is fond of.
Sacrifice, because that's all their brothers are gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
shit.
like that will bring it into the mainstream, but that does nothing for him.
That's why I think Tiger will be an easy sacrifice, because people already kind of know. And where Tiger is at in his career, I don't even know if he make music anymore. I think he's just a porn star now. So
he appears on tracks here and there.
Tiger
He
has
doesn't.
more background than I did. He grew up in a gated community, went to private school, the whole nine. That boy's nobody's thug. He's
Sure
pretending.
did.
Wow.
Sure did.
That's
Well, Drake was a damn
And seriously, the thing
reality
that on the map is the fact that
Drake was a damn child star who claimed, like, yeah.
Yo, but we already did an
Yeah.
episode about
Drake
Mr.
was
C.
so
He's
big.
not. Mr. C is not really trans attracted. Mr. C is pretty much just a client.
He's gay.
But here's the thing, though. Even with Cory Booker, we're colorist. Like, I don't know if we would accept Cory Booker as that. They'd be like, oh, well, he just light skinned. Like, I think we would. It wouldn't be accepted still.
It would ruin his. I think it would ruin his chances if he actually had a trans wife.
Shit,
he would never be able to be president.
He would be a Democrat darling.
He would never be able to be president. Not with a wife as trans first lady. America couldn't do it.
But Cory Booker is in a relationship with Rosario Dawson, though.
Yeah,
I think Rosario Dawson is a very nice beard. Because I don't think there's nothing
You called
heterosexual about Cory
Rosario
Booker.
a beard. Oh shit!
A very nice beard.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Rick disagrees on the Cory Booker statement, but I don't know, man. I just don't know who it is. Like, if I think about who's the prominent black man that is, upheld in our community in a certain way, like, you know what?
You'll take Kevin Samuels.
I'm thinking, funny. I'm thinking like it had to be somebody that like he got enough power where it wouldn't matter. Like Tyler Perry got the kind of power where it don't matter who he with, people gonna respect because he makes shit happen.
Or Michael B. Jordan.
With Tyler Perry, we have a better chance of him actually transitioning himself than him dating this damn girl.
Wow. Shots fired tonight, yo. Like Michaela got the Mac 10 going. Like,
I was sorry. I'm
My
not sorry.
girls over here, y'all.
Nah, I kind of think Diddy is though. He has that vibe.
Diddy like the boys. Diddy like the boys.
You think so?
Oh, it's too many. It's too many stories and too much proof. And I think y'all remember when he had the little boyfriend, Mr. Bentley, who was supposed to be his assistant or whatever.
Farnsworth Bentley. Yeah.
Well, one day they used to have this show on MTV called A Day in the Life or something, right? Where they was following P. Diddy around. So P. Diddy was in the bathroom acting like he was getting ready to take a shower, right? So Farnsworth Bentley must have not known the cameras was following Diddy around this day and was in his boxers getting ready to jump in the shower with Diddy. And Diddy was just looking at him and he was just looking at Diddy and they made up some excuse and it went away. And that scene has never left my mind. And I knew from that moment in time that everything they ever said about P. Diddy was the truth.
Wow.
Well, Mace, when I was younger, we had, when Mace first started his whole Christian thing, he had came to our church to talk. And, everybody filed into the church to listen to Mace. Because this was the 90s still, so he was still relevant. And I remember he was like, you don't know these rappers, they be straight, F words. And I seen it. I know these people. I come in their bedroom and seeing bloody sheets on their bed and all this stuff. And he was just like talking about like these dudes. You think it's hard? They ain't hard. They out here doing this, and this. And I'm like, oh, he talking about Diddy, huh? Okay. So that's a Diddy be all right.
Yeah, but Mace just want to get money.
I mean, he was getting money. I mean, them people don't speak at churches for free. Like, the motherfuckers get paid. Michael B. Jordan can star on the Tracy show, and he died. Tracy, hilarious. And I am not starting a war against light-skinned people.
Light-skinned, she's a psych.
Busta had a wife and left her. That left him for another woman. He has been known to be mad homophobic at times.
He is.
Y'all never used to watch Wendy Williams when Wendy Williams exposed Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star and his first wife?
Wait, what?
Okay,
So that's why Flip Mode Squad broke up.
it is.
Wait a minute now.
So Busta Rhymes' first wife, the one he was married to the longest, who he got the most kids with, said on the Wendy Williams show when she used to have a radio show that one day she walked in on Spliff Star banging Busta Rhymes out from the back. And that's why she left the marriage.
Motion detected at your front door.
That's crazy.
Dang. Well, I don't know who's that person right now that could be that breakthrough. Like, it would have to be it would have to be somebody that a lot of folks look up to and has a lot of clout and a lot of like really famous friends. He ain't got the clout. He ain't famous no more. He ain't that dude. It really like would have to be like the baby, like that nigga. The next dude, who is that?
Yo,
It could work. He still has clout. None of them really lost fan base. I'm sorry, Mike. None of them really lost their fan base. Nah. I'm not
gonna out nobody, but there are Atlanta rappers that there are stories about.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. For a lot of these rappers, especially of a certain generation, the whole Malik Yogam shit would happen because they were clients. So I'm sure they were paying girls who weren't quite 18 and they didn't know the difference. They already know. That's why they would never come out.
Chris Brown?
No.
Okay.
It would make waves. I can tell you that.
Yeah. It would really have to be like somebody super popular, but I'll say it like this: that super popular person that would do it.
Beckham Jr., the football player.
Whoever does it, it's going to take a long time for that to actually show up in understanding and acceptance to the everyday person.
That's the one that was living with Drake.
Who?
Odell Beckham. He was living with Drake.
Oh,
yeah.
Samuel Jackson. Hilarious.
No. Let me tell you something. If the right LL Cool J, who else is in that same category as I had like a bunch of names and it all slipped my mind, but that LL Cool J, Will Smith generation, if one of them was to come out, it would make waves.
Well, ladies love Cool James.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just want a sacrificial lamb. Because whoever the person is, they're not going to be able to recover from it. Like, not the first.
Well, maybe Malik is the sacrificial lamb, and then whoever comes behind him will have an easier time.
All I know is I want New York Undercover to come back.
I just need this to be on like Hulu or something.
Wasn't it getting ready to come back until he came out? Because I remember them doing commercials for it.
There was a reboot. They had already started filming.
I remember the commercial for it. And then he came out as trans attracted and then he just went away.
Well,
that's what y'all evil trans bitches did to this man. Y'all worried about Kessler the baby. Y'all should be trying to get this man career back. Hashtag bring New York Undercover back ASAP.
Yes.
I think you gotta talk to what's her name, Mariah Lopez or whatever the hell.
Let's talk about her for a second before we get off. Let's talk about this bitch for. Let's talk about this woman for a second. Mariah Lopez.
Who's that?
According to
the lady who basically allegedly, because I'll be damned if this bitch try to sue me. Allegedly, I don't know this for sure, but I do know this part for sure because she made Facebook videos about it. She is the one who was saying that Malik Yogam was dating her when she was only 15 years old. She is the one who put this whole energy out there about this man, right? So she has this organization in New York called the Star Organization, right? So Niambi was trying to get some resources for one of her people, right? And this girl after everything she did, told Niambi, oh, well, that person didn't tag us into her request, so we won't be helping them. And this the bitch
Oh, wow.
that y'all let bring down the first celebrity that was trying to come out. This the girl that this community stood behind instead of standing behind this brother. This the same bitch who just told this person, I'm not going to help them because they didn't tag my organization into their request.
Interesting.
Mm.
I got nothing.
Whew.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about. I don't. I saw that on Facebook when Niambi was talking about it, but I didn't know
Right.
anything like about her or anything like that. But you know,
I didn't know it was this deep.
yeah.
Yeah, well, Mariah Lopez is the trans woman who alleged that was dating Malik Yoga when she was only 15 years old and she was out there on the street sex working. And as a 15-year-old, instead of saying that I should have been somewhere studying or being prepared for school, she claims that he should have known that she was only 15 because that's what he liked, which was her allegation, which is
Mm.
what the community jumped on.
Well, I don't think any of us are ever going to completely know the true
Allegedly.
truth on any of that. Which is why which I was never willing to cancel Malik Yoba even during those
Right.
allegations, because it was just like, we will never know the truth. You know, he says he don't even know the girl. Okay, that's what he's saying. She's saying this. Both of their words have equal weight with me. So nobody's winning.
Even if she's telling the 100% truth,
Mm-hmm.
he was on the streets looking for pussy. How was he supposed to? Was he supposed to check IDs?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think.
Why
I
isn't it
don't know.
on your responsibility and your gay family responsibility for having your young ass out there on the stroll?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. Not that I'm out here trying to defend folks in general. Just, hey, like it is a theme, right? We're talking about survival sex work, and this was the 90s, right? Or was it the 80s?
The
I don't know
90s.
when this 90s. Okay, yeah. So I mean, 90s survival. I don't know.
This was
These
actually
things.
his prime.
It was what?
It was during his prime.
Oh, okay, during this prime. So New York Undercover was a Fox show.
90s.
But,
Yeah,
yeah.
90s.
It's just this situation, as you know, really triggers me because I've always said it's just gonna take one celebrity to come out, it's just gonna change everything. And when that man came out, the way that these girls who are supposed to be activists and advocates looking out for the best interests of this community as a whole, the way they attacked this man, I really question why would I even advocate for any man to ever come out when this is going to be the outcome? Like, it was so disgusting. It was so heinous. It was so. It was just pathetic. It was just absolutely pathetic. I just would never understand why we couldn't put whatever we felt aside, and even if you hated him, used him for his celebrity to bring change to our community. He basically was a blank, a white wall willing to be used, and just the people who you didn't want to use him used him, and the people who he wanted to use him ridiculed him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you mentioned those activists, but like I always tell people, like actually listen to them when they speak. Like when you hear the way that they speak about men, you hear a lot of trauma. And like Chris and Michaela, like you both had like hit the nail on the head earlier when you talk about the type of men that these girls are going for. Therefore, they end up with this generalized concept as to like what a black man is. And a lot of these girls, they're just wounded. They're very hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And they lashed out on him because of his celebrity, just because of his public platform, they took it out on him. But none of it had anything to do with him. this was a problem that they had, and then they were using their clout to like really just amplify their voice and piggyback off, that situation that came public. I mean, and the only reason he came forward in the first place was to get on the front side of it because he was being blackmailed. And he's being blackmailed 20 years after the fact. It's like, was it a mystery for those of us in the community? No. But nobody really cared. But like, it doesn't really matter. Like, Barack Obama can come out as trans amorous or trans attracted tomorrow. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a plethora of girls that are going to come forward to try to find a way to demolish his character, while he's still finding his way to defend himself within the greater population of the cishet community. So you're going to get it from the outside and you're going to get it from the inside all at the same time, because you have people that don't understand and you got people that have wounds that they haven't healed yet. So, like, the majority of the girls that I saw coming forward trying to tear down Malik Yoba, they didn't even know him. They've never interacted with him. Hell, they're not even old enough to remember New York Undercover. Like, they didn't even know who the fuck he was. They just saw that he was a public figure that was basically exposed, even though he was the one that exposed himself, just so he can control the narrative. And it still backfired because the community turned on him.
Yeah.
For
the people on YouTube.
Fuck that dude.
Well, for just real quick, for the people on YouTube, yeah, Slam Conception is gone, so you don't have to worry about him anymore. So he was saying some hater shit in the audience, so we just had to let him out. We just had to get rid of him. So, the guy who was questioning us last show.
Yeah, that douchebag.
But he showed his true colors today. Showed his true colors today, so he's gone. Banned from the channel.
Yep.
But anywho,
So
I mean,
let y'all go right quick.
All right, man.
I'm gonna be out right now. All
right, see ya.
Good show, y'all.
So,
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Glad to have you on, man. So, I actually talked to Malik about this whole situation. And some of the other guys in our space have talked to him about it as well. And it's just like, because they had him set up to like do stuff at the Trans March on DC, and there was all these things that was supposed to happen, and they were like really bringing him in, like, okay, you're that guy. And then these allegations came out and everybody just left him. And he put in work for a program and had a whole session ready to go at this big event that these trans women was bringing them into. And, they said, yeah, we got to distance ourselves from you, but like, can we still keep your work? It was just like, what? Like, I don't know. He was just like forsaken largely, and it was just really trash. And, I understand how, I understand if he just say, you know what, I'm never going to be in this space ever again for the rest of my life. Like, I can't be mad at him. But, everything can't live and die on Malik Yoba. It needs more men to step up anyway. So that's what it is. But we can't control what celebrities do, but men who are still watching this after 2 hours, it's on you to step up. We need more regular guys like us stepping up day by day. And I think the more openly trans attracted transgender men there are, the better, because it's just adding more bodies that helps penetration, because there aren't enough trans people for everybody to have a trans person in their family, everybody to know. Like, there's just not enough of them out there for everybody to know. But now you have a brother, a cousin who's trans attracted, who has trans girlfriends, that's bringing around your family or whatever else, and now it's touching your life too. And I just think guys being open about this kind of adds to the penetration and kind of helps this become a part of a lot of people's lives. And once it's a part of your life, it becomes normal.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what it is. But I don't know. Does anybody have any final words? Because I think we're gonna wrap this up here because we've been kicking it for quite a minute.
Yeah, basically, get yourself some Transfinity so this way you can grow that hair back. And and while you're massaging that Transfinity into your scalp, listen to the Real Talk podcast. And then after you're done listening to the Real Talk podcast, go to TikTok, check out some Royal Smokes. And when you're on Clubhouse, go shout out Angelo so this way he can give you some, real talk for your ass also.
There you go.
And if you like gymnastics, go ahead and listen to Michaela's take on Simone Biles.
Period.
Period.
That's what it is.
And then circle back around and watch the men like us.
Absolutely.
And when you get into some throwback modes, go listen to a little trans talk for men for your ass.
Oh, hey, that's go old school with it. But yeah, everyone watching, please. I really could use your help getting the message out there. So share the videos. If you're on YouTube, please like the videos. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow the show on YouTube, Instagram. We are literally everywhere. So if you're listening to me and you don't absolutely hate my guts by now, please help me reach more men, because that's the mission of all this shit. We're trying to reach more men so that, the men can be comfortable with themselves and accept themselves. And the more men that we reach, the better. It's really my dream to reach as many young men as possible and, save a life. I would love to reach some of these guys before they get to that point where they want to, be steeped in fear and think about harming somebody or killing somebody. So, like, really help us do that shit.
Or harming themselves or killing themselves, because there have been situations where men have committed suicide because they felt shamed or exposed about their trans attraction.
Right.
Absolutely. So yeah, all of that. So everybody please share. And if you're listening on the podcast platform and you're still with us, please leave a 5-star review, drop a little word review down there. That'll help people find the podcast even more. So with all of that, we are going to wrap. We're going to end this, and we will see y'all on Friday. We'll be back at this again in just a couple days.